How we doing, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. For up-to-the-minute Dodgers news and rumors, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. Really helps the channel out. And as always, some of your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. What are your thoughts on Corey Seager signing with the Texas Rangers? And do you think the Dodgers should have matched their contract offer at 10 years, $325 million? And also, what do you think the Dodgers should do next? Should they try to extend Corey Seager? Should they try to sign any of the available free agents? I want all your takes down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So we've got some more big breaking news. Corey Seager is signing with the Texas Rangers.
No! No! God!
No! God, no!
Jeff Passan tweeted out, breaking, star shortstop Corey Seager and the Texas Rangers are in agreement on a 10-year, $325 million deal. Sources familiar with the situation tell ESPN. Then John Heyman tweeted, Corey Seager gets $5 million signing bonus on $325 million deal. Limited, no trade, no opt-out, #Rangers. So, if you've been watching this show, I said this would happen. I predicted that he wouldn't re-sign with the Dodgers. I said weeks ago that the Rangers would be a serious threat to sign Corey Seager, but the point is, just because I expected this to happen does not make it hurt any less. This one definitely hits me in the feels. Corey Seager, the Dodgers' former top overall prospect. He was the number 18 pick from North Cabarrus High School in North Carolina in the 2012 MLB draft. He would go on to win the Rookie of the Year, the World Series MVP in 2020. He established himself as one of the best hitters in all of Major League Baseball, but he is headed to Texas on a 10-year, $325 million deal. So I said, look, the only way he was going to leave the Dodgers or not sign with the Yankees is if the Texas Rangers came through with a Texas-sized offer, and they did just that. $32.5 million on the annual AAV. We saw reports last week that the Dodgers were aggressively trying to re-sign Corey Seager, and to me, I think what the Dodgers did is they said, hey, we'll give you 8 years, $260. We'll give you 8 years, possibly $270. We'll match the AAV, but we will not match the years in the contract. And also, when you consider the Texas state tax versus California, the Dodgers would have had to have been somewhere over $350 million just to get it close as far as how much he would actually take home. So I think that might have been a small factor, but I think at the end of the day, after we saw with Marcus Semien, that 7-year deal at age 31, I said yesterday, there's no way that Corey Seager is taking anything less than 10 years, and I don't think the Dodgers ever seriously entertained the idea of giving him a 10-year deal. I think Andrew Friedman and the Dodgers, they entered these negotiations with a number in mind, and that number was around 260, 270, maybe even 280 to keep Corey Seager in Dodger blue, knowing that he was ultimately going to shift over to third base and then play some DH probably later in his career. But I don't think for a second that this organization considered giving him $300+ million. And if Scott Boras and Corey Seager were looking for them to match that $325 million deal and north of that in order to make up for the state tax differences, I just don't think it was ever going to really happen. I think the Dodgers, they said, hey, Corey, we like you. We would love to see you finish your career with the Dodgers. Here's that 8-year, $260, $270 million contract. But if not, we do have a contingency plan. We did make the trade for an already elite shortstop in Trea Turner, who's under contract for another season. He'll be slotted into shortstop right away, and then we'll pivot to a Trea Turner contract extension. I would not be surprised if Trea Turner was extended before opening day. Trea Turner is going to be sliding into a big contract extension with the Dodgers like.
Throw from Harper, not in time.
But look, make no mistake about it, the Dodgers are going to miss Corey Seager. They're going to especially miss his bat from the left side. If you look at his production over the course of his Dodgers career, when he's been in the lineup, he's done nothing but produce. He's been nothing but an above-average major league hitter. His career in LA, he slashed .295, .364, .501. He's hit 100 home runs in 609 games from 2016 to 2021, and he's really just been one of the best offensive players in the league at that that position. Now, when I think of Corey Seager and the Dodgers, I'm always going to think of the 2020 postseason. When he went into God mode, he became Corey Slugger that October. He ended up slashing 328, 425, 746, hit 8 bombs, and he took home both the NLCS and World Series MVP. And after that Corey book season, expectations were sky high heading into 2021. You had people talking about him winning the MVP, him hitting over 40 home runs. Well, he did come out of the gates a little slow. Through his first 37 games, Seager slashed 265, 361, 422, had a 341 WOBA, a 116 WRC+. He hit 4 home runs and 20 RBIs, but then he broke a bone in his right hand after he was hit by a Ross Detweiler pitch in early May. It forced him to miss almost 11 weeks, and then when he came back strong. In his last 58 games, Seager slashed 335, 417, 592, had a 423 WOBA, a 169 WRC+. He had 12 home runs, had 35 RBIs. He led the Dodgers in WAR in that span, so he finished strong. The postseason, he wasn't able to do what he did in 2020. In 12 postseason games, Seager slashed 188, 264, 375, had a 639 OPS. He had 2 home runs and had 3 doubles, but he just wasn't able to recapture the magic that we saw in 2020. But we know how talented of a hitter Corey Seager is. I call him the human hit tool. He's direct to the ball, no wasted movement. I think his swing is going to age very well. The concern I have is he going to age very well? I know his swing's going to age like fine wine, but is he going to age like hot guacamole in the sun? Because he has dealt with a slew of injuries. There have been those durability concerns, and yes, there have been the fluke injuries, the hip, the Tommy John, but you've also had nagging back, hamstring injuries, and those tend to start barking as you get older. So I think if he stays healthy, that this is a good move for the Texas Rangers franchise that is trying to solidify themselves to try to add some name cachet. Like I said a few weeks ago, he sees the ball very well at Globe Life Field. He must feel very comfortable there, and I think it does make sense for the Texas Rangers because, look, they're trying to spend big, and look, this proves once again that some organizations, you have to grossly overpay to get stars on your team. You saw what they were able to do yesterday with Marcus Semien. You saw what they were able to do today with Corey Seager. They've already invested $521 million in free agents this offseason. So the Rangers, they're major players. Texas money is no joke, but I think at the end of the day, it's a wave of emotions because you don't want to see a guy that you drafted, you developed, he turned himself into a perennial all-star. I'll never forget how he exploded with those emotions after he hit a home run in the World Series, or what he was able to do last year. That really tugs on your heartstrings, but also you have to look at this from a business standpoint. Baseball is a business, and to me, I just would not have given Corey Seager a contract north of $300 million, and that is exactly what it would have taken to keep him in Dodger blue. So even though this stings like hell today, it felt like a gut punch when I was reading that tweet. I think I'll come to peace with this very shortly here. And also, look, the Dodgers have plenty of money to play with. They didn't get Max Scherzer, they didn't get Corey Seager, and you still have got guys out there. You got the Freddie Freemans, the Chris Bryants, the Nick Castellanos, the Stromans, the Baez, the Iglesias, the CT3s that we have to focus on bringing back. We need to focus on re-signing Chris Taylor. There's also Carlos Rodon. So we're going to get into those names. We're going to go deeper into all the available options in another video. This is just a quick reaction on the Corey Seager signing. But look, I think the top priority has to be re-sign Chris Taylor and look at signing Trea Turner to an extension. So yes, guys, this is a gut punch. We lost Corey Seager and Max Scherzer in the matter of a few hours here on the same day. But stay strong, believe in this organization, and believe in the decision makers, Andrew Freeman and company. And look, also, these guys are just going crazy with the money. The Rangers, the Mets, I mean, we're talking big-time bucks for these guys. And we asked you guys over on Dodgers Nation, should the Dodgers try and beat the Rangers' 10-year, $325 million deal to Corey Seager? And 24.3% of you said yes, and 75.7% of you said no. And that was with 2,656 votes in like the first 30 minutes. So it seems like a lot of you guys are on the same page. But let me know down below in the comment section. I want all your thoughts on Corey Seager signing with the Texas Rangers. If you were the Dodgers, would you have tried to match their contract offer to try to keep him in LA? Who do you think the Dodgers should go after now? Should they sign Trea Turner to an extension? We have a lot to discuss, and we're going to be dropping tons of videos on this, so be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, like I said, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything, and then also be sure to hit that like button if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content. It really helps the channel out. But keep your head up, Dodgers Nation. We'll be just fine. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.